What's good, YouTube? Cardfight King here, AQUA Life Baby. You already know. So I just got off of work, guys. Navigating my way home. Got all the snow in the streets, and the sidewalks are covered in snow. So I got to take detour routes, and it's just going to be a hell trying to walk back to the crib. But today I wanted to talk about the Jewel Knight, Sword Me, and Odysseus restriction. Now, I know it happened a while ago. We all should know about this, but I'll tell you what, guys, it doesn't change anything. The meta is going to stay what it is. It is what it is. And now that we're in set 5, Chaos Breaker's back, Messiahs are there, Brawlers got even better with just a crit trigger and a grade 1. Eradicators are bad, and Vanquisher is still trying to find itself. But what I can tell you guys is that the meta is not going to change. People are sitting here. I can cut through the Chinese place. People are overreacting to them. When they saw the list, they were like, "Oh, I'm selling my Ripple deck, selling my Sanctuary Guard deck." Guys, the decks are still good. I mean, I listened to Team Nogar's talk about it. I chatted. I was on Down on Paris 21's live stream, both of them, and we had extensive discussions about it. And guys, the decks are still good. You just got to find a way around to play with them. Sanctuary Guard is getting support in set 6. It's already been confirmed that he's getting support in set 6. He has a grade 2 that can call out a grade 1. The best grade 1 to me now is, the grade 1 Battle Song Angel who's 7k, who becomes 9k if you have another grade 1 or less on the board, and he also has resist. You also have Benon, who searches out Mirrors and things like that, gives you a little bit of early game, even though you can only search out a 6k. You have, and like I said, Sanctuary Guard Archer, 11k attacker for Sanctuary Guard, and searches out a grade 1 or less on call for Counterblast 2. I mean, you still have ways to deck. Regale is still a very powerful stride. You can still fill your board up with grade 1s and triggers and push, 15, 20k shielding per attack without counting triggers. I mean, the deck is still extremely powerful, guys. Let me stop the video real quick. I need to not get hit across the street. So yeah, like I was saying, guys, the Sanctuary Guard has not slowed down, and you still have Twin Sword. It still works around with all these generic cards. Really all you do is sub out your Sword Me and any Jewel Knight specific type of cards, and run the thing. People run Millis at the start, so it is what it is, guys. Sanctuary Guards are good. And as for Ripples, guys, yes, it does hurt the consistency of the deck. Odysseus 2 does hurt the consistency of the deck. Consistency in seeing him. As you know, the Ripple cards, hold on, I'm trying to, as you guys know, the Ripple cards are, they search themselves out and things like that. Well, we're losing 2 Ripple cards in our deck, meaning that we're losing 2 copies of Odysseus, meaning that there will be less of a chance to search him out with Millie 80s and the crit trigger, and less of a chance you're going to open up with him, during the game, which means that it kind of does kill the whole spammable turtle thing. Yes, even though turtle to me is still bad, and it's going to force you to ride into grade 3. So now you're going to have to switch up to a more Legion or Stride based type of Ripple deck. The deck is still good. The deck can still play a very strong grade 2 game, if you do get the ride chain. All Odysseus did was give you more consistency in getting the ride chain off, plus the other additional effects that were abusable through other card effects. But I mean, now the consistency in hitting the ride chain has weakened since Odysseus is at 2, and now it's like, well, we need to get to our Millie 80s, we need to ride Millie 80s, and we need to learn how to play on grade 3. The whole concept of Ripples playing the grade 2 game completely countered the marketing strategy that Bushiroad as a company has been trying to implement in getting us to use stride generation. Well, you made a card that's abusable by other cards that went against your company marketing strategy. I mean, come on now. what kind of sense does that make? So you have that. Sounded like somebody was popping off. So you have that going for you guys. But you guys gotta learn how to adapt. You know, just don't drop a deck because some things get hit in it. You know, like people dropped Kagero when Conroe got hit. People dropped, it's things like that. Don't drop Ripples. Don't drop Sanctuary Guard. Sanctuary Guard is getting future support. Ripples are still a good deck. You just need to reconfigure your deck, reconfigure your play style with the deck, and continue playing with them. But it's not going to change the meta. And like I said before, Team Nogars mentioned it. We talked about it on the Down to Paris 21's live stream. You should have already been planning to switch to Thavas anyways. You know, with Chaos Breaker entering back into the meta now, Odysseus getting hit to 2, killing the consistency of Ripples. You're going to need some protection, and Thavas has access to Skiros. Skiros is the best backup Vanguard for Aqua Force, giving our front row resist. We have Orthea, we have Meliana if you play her. I mean, we have a lot of outs to Chaos Breaker, as does Chaos Breaker has ways to play around that as well. You know, so it's not the end of the world, guys, but I'm saying that now, you know, since you're forced to ride into grade 3 more often in Ripples now, you guys should consider playing Blue Waves or CBD, depending on which deck is going to be generally more prevalent in your metagame, is what I'm going to say. Whichever one is going to be more prevalent in your metagame. But no, guys, yeah, Ripples are, sorry, I'm trying not to die. You can't look, if you see the snow, it's covered up the sidewalks. Like, pedestrians have to walk into the street. And I just got off of work. I'm walking back home. So it's kind of effed up for me. But, yeah, so, guys, both the decks are still good. It doesn't really change the meta at all. If you're playing Ripples, I would told you before, you should already be considering switching to Thavas. Much better protection against Chaos Breaker and Messiahs in that regard. Narukami as well. Obviously Brawlers are still a problem, and Brawlers just got even better. So, it's just something that we're gonna have to deal with, guys. But don't drop your decks. The restrictions don't change the thing. If anything, it shows that Bushiroad is starting to care more about the creative, the competitive aspect of Vanguard now with this restriction. Hopefully we get a best of 3 format in the side deck, but that's probably wishful thinking right now. So yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I gotta cross this big ass street, try not to die, so the video will be up here, and I'm going to be doing some CFA live streaming probably this afternoon while this video is uploading. Maybe not. I would probably do one tomorrow. I just got like a new software, so I'm enjoying it. So yeah, guys, the meta hasn't changed. It is what it is. We're getting into the set 5 meta. Don't sell your Sanctuary Guard decks. Don't give up on Ripples. If you want an alternative option you can run other than Odysseus, look to the Limit Break 4 enabler. So you can ride into grade 3 Legion, and you'll have your Genovius play ready. If you can draw into that card, obviously. Have your Genovius play ready at 3 or less damage. That's just one option among many. Alright, Cardfight King, and I'm out. Peace. Yo, this lady with this dog, right? She looks at me because I'm trying to get through the snow and shit. Like, I'm about to, like, steal her dog. Like, girl, look, I don't want your dog, lady. And people these days. And then people, like this asshole, I'm trying to cross the street, and they're sitting there getting mad that pedestrians have to walk in the street. And I'm like, well, how about this? If you're so mad that people got to walk in the street, why don't you get out? Why don't you open up your door and take people where they need to go so they're not in the street? Or you can stop honking and deal with the shit. All right, sorry, just a little rant. All right, peace.